All right, so we're gonna get right into it. So there's a trope that's going around to where being average is a diss, as if it's bad to be average. So I ask you, is being average a diss?
I consider average like husband potential. Most likely he's probably gonna be faithful, and if he's not gonna be faithful, that's just something you wouldn't put up with. But you would put up if he's gonna be a good husband, a good provider. But
So you think
average?
So you think only average men are faithful? That's what you. That's like you.
No.
That's you. You came straight out the gate. Am
I
tripping? Am I tripping?
I said I would. If he's average, he's more likely to not be out here trying.
More likely, okay.
Yeah.
So you feel like the more money a man has, the more he cheats?
Of course.
Nice. Oh yeah, that's a good. How much does an average man make?
Realistic
Yeah, what's
like
an
what we
average?
see on Instagram.
Well, how about this?
Well,
How about-
realistic is on the.
Because the dude I see on Instagram, you know, I like he makes 6 figures.
Well, okay. Well, I'll ask you this: where would this average man work? What's his occupation? Forget about the money. Let's talk about.
Okay.
Let's consider that.
Corporate America.
So corporate America.
The average guy works
That's
for
broad. That's pretty broad.
I mean, let's see. They probably work at the bank.
The bank, okay, like a
Yeah.
teller or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. What you think?
I mean,
Well, how about this? Do you agree with her statement about
being average
faithfulness
as a dick.
via icon and the average of this? Yeah.
Okay, so
Jump into the question.
I mean, it's a good spin. Remember I told you.
I think it's based on preference. Like, if you prefer an average man, like that's what you want, or you think that that's what you can attain, like that's obviously what you're gonna go after, or that's what you're gonna attract.
Is it a diss?
I don't think it's a diss, so to speak.
So if a man is average, it's cool to call him average.
I mean, if that. I think a man would probably take offense to that.
Right. I would. You would never
I got a
say
question.
average.
Go
I
ahead.
want to know, how are y'all defining average?
Yeah, there we go.
That's what I was
What is
getting. I was
average?
rounding up. Mother May I love you, Lord. You appreciate her episode.
Thank you, Mama beloved.
Yeah, name the definition. That is, yeah, that's.
So we'll ask the audience. What are like some of your definitions of average?
I think it depends on the person.
Yeah.
I didn't hear you. Can you say
It depends on the person.
that? Okay, but like, so what is your definition of average then, specifically?
I don't know.
A guy with
I
a
never.
9 to 5.
Whoa. I say that.
Well, that
I wouldn't say that because there are females that think that average. There are females that think that average is a certain dollar amount, and there are females that think that above average is a certain dollar amount. But how you make that dollar amount, that doesn't matter, because you can have a 9 to 5 and make $200,000 or have a 9 to 5 and make $40,000.
Yeah.
But what's
let's
your
be realistic.
personal, like, what's your personal
of 9 to
definition
5?
though?
What's my personal definition of average? Like as an average, like for an average woman?
An average person in general. So the question is being average a diss?
It's not a.
Is it
That's
derogatory?
actually a loaded question. That's actually a loaded question for real.
Is it? Well, I want to know, has the word average morphed into something triggering, and now it's derogatory? Question, Keon?
I think that average has changed with time.
Because of inflation?
Because of inflation. Just like money inflates, average inflates, right? So the young lady mentioned that a 9 to 5 is average. I know a couple of individuals that have 2 9 to 5s that bring in 6 figures each, and also pursuing a dream at the same time.
Facts there.
Right? That's 2 9 to 5, not just one.
Yeah,
Is,
that's right.
is that double average?
Average. Is that not above average?
I mean,
But it depends
But-
on if you're looking at it from a financial aspect, or if you're looking at it as a person and how a person looks. Like I feel
That's
that's
true
a
too,
very
yes.
that's a very personal question.
I can see the whole looks can be.
Yeah, because
it's
you
very
said you told me
interesting.
that you had like,
Depending
hey,
on
I met
what-
somebody and this person was average. I wouldn't assume that you met, she worked at a bank. I would think you were rating her on a scale of her appearance.
right,
Correct.
And then to add, right, some things that were considered average back in earlier times, maybe the early 1900s, the 60s, 50s, 70s, well, back in the day, right? Some of those things that may have, that we may consider average now, because like we mentioned earlier, inflation or times have changed. Back then, that was the shit.
I think the question that you need to ask is traditional rather than average.
Traditional?
Yes.
Well, how about this? Let's go here. So it started off with her talking about men and how much they make. So I think that's why we jump straight to finance.
Can I say something real
Yeah,
quick?
jump in there.
When I say average, I said husband wife. So I don't see average as a negative thing. I see average as something you can come home to, is stable. So I
100%.
never said it was like something, wow, I like average. I wasn't.
Absolutely.
That's what I was like. I feel like
So when
somebody
it
somebody makes a good amount of money, they come home to you, you know,
100%.
average life.
I agree with you. So then that would probably be to his traditional, right? The traditional husband, wife,
Yeah.
wife to get things last whatever shit.
Right.
So and when we talk about men, it's usually average. We're talking about his finances. See how we didn't go to looks or nothing like that, heights, nothing like that, right? So when it comes to women, usually when we talk about average, and we're talking about how they look. So is calling a woman average looking derogatory? Is that triggering? Is that a diss?
What's average look?
Dun dun dun.
What's average look?
I'm gonna speak for myself. If somebody calls me average, I'm gonna be like, I will be slightly offended.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna feel some type of way. I don't feel like I'm average in any sense of the word.
You don't think nothing about you is average at all? Not nothing. So you're
There
above
might be
average
some
in
things that are
every
average.
aspect.
However, I don't categorize myself as average.
What would you say?
Well, I think I'm a bad individual. You know what I mean?
Period.
I think that I have a lot, like all joking aside, I feel like I have a lot that I bring to the table. So I don't think that anything about, well, I won't say anything. I don't think the majority of what I give off is average.
Okay. How about you, Mike? What do you think? Is calling women average now a diss?
I think it's a diss. I don't think it should be.
I don't think it should be either.
I don't think it should be. But just because I'm still kind of like mathematical with terms, like average being average.
Being average, right in the middle.
Yeah, like average, median, mean, all those good things. So I don't think it's I think it's I think it's with something like beauty, it becomes somewhat more at least obvious and objective from our society standpoint about, okay, you're extremely beautiful. Like if you're just extremely gorgeous.
A woman knows when she's gorgeous or not, correct? Just like a man should know if he's broke.
Even listen, man, there was the guy that got arrested and his mugshot went up on the news and he was light skinned with gray eyes. And then the next thing you know, he had modeling contracts and everything. Like people respond to extreme beauty. So if you're so to me, if you're not extremely beautiful, gorgeous, handsome, you know it.
Yeah.
Right? Like ain't nobody approached you about a modeling contract or just right? So to me, the rest of us are average looking. I don't think that's bad. We're not on the extreme end of the beauty spectrum.
So if you're saying if you're not extremely beautiful or gorgeous, then you're average.
Well, I'm just saying. To me, it would. I I would think people would be more comfortable with the idea, a woman would be more comfortable with the idea of looking average if she's never experienced the extreme end of you. If no one's ever walked up to you and just been like, oh my God, you're so gorgeous, I need to put you on a magazine. If that's never happened to you, or if never, you know what I'm saying? I think it's just certain things if you just never experienced, I think you should be more okay with the idea
Women
that
in
you might
Atlanta, I feel like dudes start off with that.
So I
be.
what?
What?
I should put you in a photo shoot.
Really?
Here's my thing. Yes.
Okay, but no. But how many?
Right.
Okay, so how many photo shoots have you been? How many like magazine covers have you been on?
I've never even went to I
Oh,
thought
she
it was
went.
a creepy. I thought it was a creepy dude. I was like, no, I'm good.
But so
But I mean, listen. Go ahead.
so women should know who's gorgeous and
I think
who's not,
everybody.
because if you think a woman looks better, there has to be women you think look better than you, correct, ladies? No.
That's true, but I feel like beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
No, but okay. So if you know people who look better than you, right, and then you also know people who look better than them, then where does that put you at that point? You get what I'm saying?
Good question.
That's
I mean,
what that's
It has to put you
what I just
somewhere
said.
on the spectrum.
That's what I just said. If you never,
Of course,
I mean, but
Keon.
it's,
But
I mean,
but like she said, that's a crazy scale. You like extremely.
But there are
if
some
not
people that are
average.
Well, that's why
There's
I.
nothing in between that.
That's why I stepped up the scale. I said, if you know someone who looks good, better than you, and then you know someone who looks better than them, it stops at 10. So what is the other person? And then what is the other person after that?
I've seen
But
girls
that's
without
preference,
makeup
too,
so I know it's
Right.
10
But I'm
out of
just
10.
saying, like, that we have the same scale of likeness.
I'm just asking from your personal scale. Go ahead, Keon.
It's
I'm
not
gonna
like
kick
it's
you
not
on.
like it's you know, again, you know, of course it's subjective, and that's what we're discussing, right? The subjectivity of the topic, right? You know, like it's kind of like when somebody says I'm a popular kid. And somebody might say, nigga, who are you? I don't know you. and they might say you might be popular, very popular in your, towards your audience or your circle or your environment, but
Right.
amongst the masses, how do you scale that?
Right.
Then you have somebody like a Beyonce or some shit, you gotta know what Beyonce. But then there's some people that's like, who the fuck's Beyonce? You know what I'm saying? It's like, so I think it's still,
It's tough.
it's
LA
just kind
10,
of
Atlanta 10, you know?
Yeah.
Houston 10,
Yeah.
Chicago 10.
I like Atlanta too.
I like Chicago 10.
I like Atlanta too.
That was good.
You been to Chicago?
Next question.